that loft. Yes.
Interesting.
I don't either, so how?
Hi Sam, we're about to get started. Can you hear us okay?
Uh-huh.
Julie's out part.
Okay.
That's 5:30 meeting start. Right now.
I'd like to call to order this hybrid meeting of the Monroe County Plan Review Committee. And we have both an in-person and online component. Would you please call the roll?
Sure. Scott Ferris,
Here.
Margaret Clement,
Here,
Bernie Garrett,
Here.
Julie Thomas here, and Amy Swain is not present, so we have 4 members in person and a quorum.
okay. There's no administrative business, it says on the agenda. Does that remain true?
That's true.
Okay, and no old business? Okay, so we just go right on and plow through to new business, the REZ 22-6. Ray Barn renovation, historic preservation overlay, rezone for 1 7-acre parcel in Bloomington Township, section 18 at 4595 North Maple Grove Road. And I believe Drew is going to be talking us through this one. How are you doing, Drew?
Doing all right.
Good, it's good to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
Thanks.
So this one is the Ray Barn renovation HP overlay rezone. This property owner, David Ray, is wanting to establish the HP overlay onto this property. This petition has been gone to the Plan Commission admin meeting due to the cancellations of the PRC in recent months. But we still brought it forth today to have a little bit of more of a conversation about how it fits with the comprehensive plan designation of Lakua suburban residential. So in short, the property owner is looking to establish a historic preservation overlay on this property that has multiple historic structures on this property. Basically, the SHAR database county survey have this property listed as outstanding. It's one of the few remaining whole ensemble of a old farmstead in Monroe County, consisting of an original farmhouse, along with a few other outbuildings. There's a cemetery on the site, several yards of dry stack limestone wall, as well as a barn structure. It's also original. Got the original like wood planks and stakes in it from the construction. So there's a lot of historic significance to this property. Hence the reason why the petitioner is wanting to do the rezone or overlay designation. Their main goal for this project and getting the overlay established is they would like to renovate the barn structure they have so they can create an additional dwelling on the property. They're wanting to keep the property under the ownership of the family. Mr. David Ray and his family lived in the existing farmhouse. They raised their family there. And now his kids want to move into the farmhouse and they want to stay on site, help preserve the property, among other things with the site. So they would like to renovate the barn to create a small dwelling unit inside. So that's sort of a brief overview. I'm just gonna scroll through here a bit. I've got some definitions in here of the Historic Preservation Overlay District, as well as a brief summary of the property. As I stated before, it's listed as outstanding based on the SHARD database and the county survey. It's along North Maple Grove Road. Just gonna generally scroll through any of this. We can stop at any of this information. Basically, planning staff is recommending a positive recommendation to the county commissioners for the rezone. The Historic Preservation Board provided their support as well for the establishment of the historic designation, citing a few of the 3 of the 7 criteria that qualify for historic preservation. All right, so a few other high level things. North Maple Grove Road is a major collector. There is no FEMA floodplain on the property, and it is not located in the Lake Monroe watershed, meaning it's not in the environmental constraints overlay. There's no evidence of karst features on the property. Yeah, other than what I've spoke on right now, does anyone have any questions? It's a pretty straightforward historic preservation overlay request.
I have one,
Okay,
and that's because Mr. Ferris here, his relatives used to own that, right?
Says right there.
1972.
I'm just trying to figure out who it was.
Yeah, do you have memories specifically of
None.
the home
None.
or the property?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Surprised to me.
well, okay, well, that's interesting. I just wanted to add that to the,
I was gonna ask if somebody, if Frank or somebody or whoever. I was gonna ask whoever was gonna represent this. Is anybody here from them?
the Historic Preservation Committee or?
No,
David and Wood and
What's the
Mary.
guy's name?
David Ray.
David Ray.
Either
I'm not
one.
sure if he is on the call today. But he has appeared in both of the.
It's not important.
But, you know, it'd be nice if you would ask your other relatives if they have any specific memories.
I looked
Oh, you
in
did.
their
Okay.
genealogy, I couldn't find it,
Okay,
but that doesn't mean.
you never know, but that's fun. Okay, well, that's all I've got.
It's, so reconstructing the barn is going to keep it historic.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. Okay, in conversation, with the Historic Preservation Board of Review and the petitioner. Petitioner is really adamant about maintaining all historic aspects as possible. They've even completed some courses regarding reconstruction of dry stone walls. Historic Preservation Board, I believe that they are able to provide that information to them about how they would be able to do all that work and also maintain its historic nature.
So the overlay covers everything as one piece or as separate pieces.
In this sense, I believe it's the entire property.
The entire property is to be covered. That's what it looked like, but I wasn't quite sure. Okay, so if that's the case, then they're gonna have to follow. Okay, perfect. That's it.
In order to do the renovation, they'll need a building permit, and we'll bring that to the Historic Preservation Board review for a certificate of appropriateness, which is the process that they get to review the renovation and do the final sign off, so.
I always like seeing these, and this property is exceptional, so I'm glad to see it happen.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I don't have any objections. I'm just interested and, you know, if there's anything we can add to it, that would be fun. That's all. That's all I've got. So we don't take a vote, we just move on to the next one.
So quick question. So the reason why, because they're gonna convert the barn into a home. So there'll be two primary dwelling units on the same property.
You can send a recommendation if you want from the PRC to the plan commission, but
Uh-huh.
you don't have.
I move, there's some, I can't move, I don't think.
I move that we support with positive recommendation.
It's seconded, I'll call the roll, Margaret Clement,
Yes.
Brian Garrett,
Yes.
Julie Thomas,
Yes.
Pat Ferris,
Yes.
right? Pat was 4-0.
Do you have by chance, memories of those other families that you, direct memories of the other families?
I have a book that goes back 10 generations. That has all these families' names, who are married to and when they were born and where they live. They have a paragraph on each one of them.
The personal memories you
I
have,
have no personal memories of this, of other areas.
but of the families?
Yes.
Who put that book together?
One of our family members who lived out in Utah, believe it or not. Okay, but it takes us all the way back to Scotland.
Okay, cool. So Salt Lake City, is that where they're from?
I am from Bloomington.
Okay.
But you have to be posted as a haven for genealogy.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, especially.
I believe what he did because he was part of that area, libraries they had,
Yeah.
but
They're exceptional.
you don't know, my family goes back 1826. So we go back 6 generations.
Yeah, that's.
So we interviewed him as part of our second minutes.
Right. That's very interesting.
My dad was first mark
Well, I figured that was. the case, but-
in our homestead, and our homestead was state.
Okay,
That 168 acres.
Okay.
We farmed that for 129 years.
okay,
So on they all.
that's really, that's
And they
amazing.
put this signature on the street now, so I agree with you.
They did take university.
Finally, finally.
There's a whole nother story about
I bet there is, because it seems very anticlimactic.
Sure drag their feet on them.
that. I would be well promised my dad. that he would take care of that.
Oh, wow.
And then what happened is.
Well, he succeeded. Let's just look at it that way. You're right. He said he was successful. Just give him a mark, that's okay.
Okay, so
Sorry.
that's okay. Thank you for sharing those personal insights. The next item is REZ 22-7. Ryman or Reman rezone from PB to pre-existing business to ag RR for 1/4 plus or minus acre parcel in Clear Creek Township, section 14 at 8245 South Fairfax Road. And we can't wait to hear about this.
Thank you, Margaret. So this one is even more straightforward maybe than the last. So this property is currently being used as a single family residential use. So it's zoned pre-existing business, and just to familiarize those who might not be familiar with PB. The pre-existing business zoning district the intent of the district is to identify locations of commercial activity that were not supported by the comprehensive land use plan, but were commercial and service operations continue to exist. So these petitioners, as far as they know, have no history of the property ever being a business. The current existing structure was built in approximately 1970. And it has a few accessory structures and has been used as a single residence since. So the petitioners recently purchased the property and have been using it as their personal residence. And they are wanting to add an addition to the home, maybe add a garage. Those types of activities would, because the residential use is technically pre-existing non-conforming, would not be permitted here in this property. They can't expand to do those additions. So they're proposing to rezone to Ag RR, Agricultural Rural Reserve. The property is located in the Environmental Constraints Overlay Area 2, and that would remain. It's just a few photos of the property on South Fairfax. They've done some general maintenance of the property, so the house structure has been cleaned up a bit, but not expanded. Let's go past it. So the comprehensive plan identifies this area as rural residential. So far, I mean, from what I can tell, reading the description, it's very consistent. There's no points, I would think that this would need to stay pre-existing business. So the rural residential use category includes rural properties and environmentally sensitive areas. Areas that might include steep slopes, remaining forests or agricultural land where roadways and other public services are minimal or not available. So that is consistent with their use. And so staff is recommending here that it's aligns with the comprehensive plan. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't. I drove out there today and I looked at it and it seems like the perfect segue to what is currently zoned. That will help us out.
That's adjacent to a bunch of agro reserves, not that I worry about spot zoning,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's certainly not that, right?
I was surprised that it was business and nobody seems to know why. That's so funny. How did that happen?
How long have they lived there?
They purchased it just recently this year.
Okay.
It may have been an unintended rezone issue that happened, in the 90s when we did the last rezone, it could have been just something inadvertent that happened, but, it just went through and. It was down to our hand colored maps. Yes, yes, on there, so. Color pencils out. Yeah, time we determined. There, it may have just been a specific for a different parcel and when it came out, it just. Yeah.
Bring up.
Well,
Yeah.
does anybody want to make a motion on this? As,
I move a positive recommendation.
okay,
And moved in second to send a positive recommendation to the planning commission. Bernie Garyton,
Yes.
Julie Thomas,
Yes.
Scott Harris,
Yes.
Margaret Clement.
yes.
One thing maybe time for you to do.
Thank
And just before we conclude, Sean Smith, our new planner too, is here, so. for
Yes.
anyone that hasn't met Sean, join him.
That.
Maybe not. here, so,
Okay.
Yeah.
Bernie then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
great,
met it last night,
great.
2 days ago.
Tuesday
We
night,
just have a cause.
whenever it was, he wouldn't buy the beer, so I said.
Yeah. Great to meet you. How's it going so far? Good.
Yeah, I think I can handle it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. See what we can throw at you.
Yeah.
So that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything tonight and welcome and keep up the good work. We really like the way you are presenting the materials and how you are organizing things and interacting with the public. I know that there is at least one case with the SAR, but I think that'll just persist. So keep up the good work and if you need any backup, let us know. So thanks.
Yeah.
Adjourned?
Adjourn, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
So go
Mhm.
talk